Where my book?
What are you doing? Okay, Elaine.
Olive Day.
Okay, good evening. This is
Recording in progress.
Thank you. This is Wednesday, December 13th, the Norfolk Conservation Commission.
November.
What did I say?
December.
Eager to get there. That's what I'm good.
We got feedback?
This message, in accordance with the provisions of MGL Chapter 30A, Section 20, notice hereby given, Conservation Commission is meeting tonight, Wednesday, November 13th, 2024, at 7 o'clock, meeting room 124, 1 Liberty Lane in Norfolk. Members of the public are welcome to attend in person or at 1 Liberty Lane, Norfolk, Mass., or by remote Zoom. Please note that the in-person meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technology problems interrupt the remote connections. And with that, I welcome first our newest member, Paul Calley. Welcome to the group.
It's Khalil, but it's close enough.
Okay.
Still November.
I know, it's still November. Okay, the first public hearing is 19 Kenny Pond Road. Make a motion to open this hearing.
Peter Kokinis, so moved.
Wait. Do we need to open the meeting?
Right, yes. First open the general meeting.
Thank you for that
Sorry.
point of order.
Sorry.
Why don't you do that?
You're the man.
You have to make a motion.
I'm choking under pressure. I need the help.
Make a motion to open.
I make a motion to open the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second? No? Okay, it's open. Okay, 19 Kenny Pond. I accept the motion to open this hearing.
Peter Kokinis, so moved.
Second?
Adam Zucker.
Go ahead.
Adam Zucker, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it's open. Welcome. And please identify yourself and...
Thank you. So, good evening. Rick Goodrow with United Consultants. Here this evening with John Weddleton, the owner of the lot in question, which is located at Lot 38, Kenny Pond Road, here in Norfolk. So the applicant is proposing the construction of a single-family house, which we've shown here, serviced by a driveway, which is located here on the east side of the proposed house. To the north of the house is also a proposed septic system for the project. As some of the board members may recall, the owner was in to see you with the request for a determination of applicability, and it was determined that it would be more appropriate to come back with a notice of intent with some additions to the plan. Those additions that we've been able to include in meeting with the town's conservation agent include the encompassing of the work area with a turtle protection fence, which we have a detail of down about right here, and also an erosion control barrier to encapsulate the work area. So here's the detail for the construction fence and the compost sock for the erosion control to encapsulate the work area. Additionally, we've identified concrete bounds with placards to be put on them to demarcate the extent of the proposed disturbance area, which coincides with the erosion control line. We've provided a detail of the bound and the placard here. This lot was previously reviewed when the subdivision came forward by Natural Heritage, as the board commission may know. So again, meeting with Caitlin, we've provided for a turtle mitigation plan, which would basically allow for capsulating of the area, a sweep to be done, and a protocol on opening up access through the driveway on a daily basis, which would be closed off at night to prevent for the migration of the turtles into the work area. So that's a highlight of basically what we're proposing. We have identified the fact that there are no 0 to 50-foot buffer zone impacts, and we're about 18,465 square feet of 50 to 100-foot buffer zone impacts. As of this afternoon, we have not received any comments from DEP, and we have not received any comments from Natural Heritage and Endangered Species.
Do we have a DEP number?
No.
No, we haven't heard anything from them. We checked their website and the NOI lookup, they had not issued a file number yet.
Okay. Have you heard from National Heritage?
No, we have not.
Yeah. All right. Caitlin?
And then just to add on to what Rick was saying, at one of the points that came up at the meeting for the RDA was that the wetland boundary should be extended up at the northeast corner, just to show the limit of buffer zone on the property, and that was done and added to the plan.
This area here, as Caitlin's talking about, we had the wetland line extended, and then the subsequent buffer zones added to that area.
Okay. Questions from the commission?
This property, it's been approved in the past already, has it not?
Yeah.
So what would National Heritage have to say now that they didn't say then? Or we just wait? What are we looking for from them?
So it's a requirement of a notice of intent application to also submit it to Natural Heritage for comment, and they issue a comment letter basically saying whether or not it constitutes a take or if the project can go ahead without any conditions.
Okay.
So do they have to wait until they hear back?
Yes, so a commission should wait until the Natural Heritage issues comments before closing the hearing, similar to DEP comments.
And if I could ask, I'm familiar with this area, I'm up there a lot. Are there actually turtles up there? Because I've never seen them.
There are.
Are there? Okay.
Just to give you background for the new members, this is a little surprise to me, the Natural Heritage part, because doing the subdivision, we had to do a filing with Natural Heritage for the whole subdivision. And my understanding was when I donated, this lot here was actually 4 acres. The cul-de-sac lot, which is now 2.5 acres, was 10. And we ended up donating approximately 20 acres of upland and Keeney Pond, which was 20-something acres, and Small Keeney Pond, which was 7. And we did donate all that with the thought that we could build on these lots. So I was kind of surprised. I guess formally I have to apply again. So hopefully they'll have a record of what was done and what was all agreed upon. I think it was probably 12, 13 years ago. So we're in the process of that now.
Okay.
But yes, there are turtles. Most of them are across the cul-de-sac. There's a connection with a seasonal stream that goes behind the lot beside this. And there's what we call Small Keeney Pond, which is behind lot 39 on the other side of the cul-de-sac. And that's more like a marshland with not much standing water. But when we had to do a turtle study for the town that took 5 years, and the turtle study showed that a lot of the species were over in that marshy area, which is why they wanted me to donate that land along the back of that cul-de-sac lot, so there was a wildlife pathway between the big pond and the little pond.
Because you have a lot that's built already up that's behind.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
to the left of that is built and lived in. We had to build a bridge
Yeah.
to go over the stream. That was like 15 years ago.
Yep.
So that was done, and then we sold the lot to the customer living there now, and that was perhaps 5 years ago.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Other questions? So, without a DEP number and the information from the National Heritage, we should continue this. So I would recommend accept a motion to continue this hearing till December
12.
I make a motion
Is
to continue
December
111 Rockwood Road to December,
You don't know what a date.
19 Keeney.
December 11th.
11th.
December 11th, and what do we want to do, 7 o'clock? At 7 PM.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions, comments? From the audience, is there anything before we close this hearing? Okay, all in favor of closing the hearing, say aye. Or continuing it, I should say. Continuing it. Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
All righty. Okay, 7:05, 111 Rockwood Road.
You know what? Made a mistake on the motion. Made a motion to continue 111 Rockwood Road.
Who did?
Not, I did. When I did it.
I didn't think you...
Yeah, I did. Instead of 19 Kinney Road.
Can you move
I
to
was just-
strike it and we redo that?
Yeah, I would just
Yeah.
redo the vote.
Yeah, move to strike your prior
Yeah.
motion.
I make a motion to strike continuing a hearing for 11 Rockwood Road.
Second.
Adam Zucker, second.
All in favor of striking it?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, let's have a motion about 19 Kenny Pond Road.
And I'll
Adam, do you want to do that?
Adam Zucker moves we continue 19 Kinney Pond Road until December 11th.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. Let's continue on. 111 Rockwood Road, RDA. I'll accept a motion to open the public hearing. Go ahead, Jim. Wait.
I make a motion
He's
to
crying.
open public hearing for 111 Rockwood Road.
Is there a second?
Valstone, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. The motion is open. Is there a representative or owner of the property here? Okay.
Scott.
There's a little humor
Is this
in
down by the
here
power
at one
lines?
meeting, right?
Yeah, it's close to the power
Left
lines.
side or right side, do you know, heading out of town?
That is not minutes for the minutes.
I think it'd be left side.
Right, the scribble.
Yeah, we can check the minutes for next month.
Yeah. Do you want to,
Where are we, Elaine?
I'm just checking with this person to see if they...
Oh, okay.
do you want to just go to 26 Needham Street?
We'll give it another minute. Let's see who this person is on the line.
We could go over the leachate report while we...
Oh, yes, want to do
We're
that?
waiting all month.
Yes.
It's still perking.
Okay. I was worried about that.
Are you drinking the water and making sure it's
Yeah,
good?
well, it's non-hazardous, so if you want to swim in it, you could.
Okay,
I wouldn't recommend it, but you could.
It
okay.
usually has all the numbers. I was really concerned. 'Cause we didn't get the leachate numbers.
We didn't get them?
I said leachate report. I didn't see the numbers.
Oh, I see them all the time, so we're good, Jim.
Elaine?
Well, trust you're sending in the right one.
Nope. Nobody? Okay, so let's continue on.
So I brought up that,
Oh, okay.
that figure.
You want to explain, Caitlin?
Sure. So, the property owner at 111 Rockwood Road submitted an RDA. They're proposing to construct an approximate 1,200 square foot utility shed on their property, which is currently improved by a single-family home. A building permit plan was submitted along with the RDA. that was prepared back in 2019, and the approximate location of the barn is sketched onto that plan. And Elaine,
Building
if you could,
departments have approved it?
they have not approved the project yet. The one that's right there. That plan right there. And then page 5.
Big shed.
And then, yeah, if you wanna. So this was the plan I was just referencing. So to the west, or northwest of the house, or to the right, if you're looking at it, is the approximate location of the utility shed. And over all the way to the right or all the way to the west, there's actually a stream channel that's shown there, which according to the topo, the latest USGS topo, is a perennial stream. But that's quite a distance away from the edge of that property. And then there's there's wetlands along that stream that followed the edge of trees along that side of the property. And based on estimates, looking at GIS and in the field, it's roughly 75 feet away from the edge of this approximate utility shed.
The stream.
The edge of wetlands.
Do we know what they're using the utility shed for?
I'm just general storage as far as I understand.
Okay.
Did you say there was a barn on this property already, or no?
There is not a barn. And then I have some aerials that we can look at to kind of get a better idea.
You're on your notes, on number 3, that reference to Kenny Pond doesn't.
An error, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't right, correct?
Correct, yeah. That's the right map, block, and lot.
Yeah.
So it looks like I got 19 Keeney and 111 Rockwood mixed up as well.
It happens.
Am I confusing?
And so just while Elaine's pulling up those aerials, so as I was saying, work is within the 100-foot buffer zone, but according to my best estimates, not within the 50-foot no disturb. In conversations with the property owner when she was in the town hall filing the application, the intent was to install the shed in the existing maintained lawn area. So there wouldn't be any clearing of trees along the edge of the property.
Do you know what the distance is from the shed to the property line?
From the shed to the property line, I do not know.
I forgot what the town requirements are.
I believe it's 20 from the side.
Yeah. Okay.
Has anybody voiced any opposition to this?
No.
So,
Just straightforward.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
I don't mean to be pushy, but, I mean, we'd beat a dead horse. It sounds like we could just make the determination.
This is almost like farmland kind of out there. There's no other houses around it, I don't think.
No.
But one.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's near the high tension line.
yes.
Yeah.
So I guess the only question, I have a couple of questions. One is, we make sure that they're not going to be driving on this 0 to 50 area when they're constructing this? And that they'll be not storing anything on site in the 0 to 50 area either?
So if you look up at this figure here, and actually, if you can scroll down to page 2, I think it shows an aerial. So the driveway is actually on the other side of the property from where the wetlands are. So you can see kind of the circle-shaped pool, and it's going to sort of go in front of that, along the edge of that cleared area.
Up there?
Yeah. So to the north of that, the pool. Not to be confused with the other rounded area. And then from this area, you can kind of see where the wetlands are based on the darker areas within the forested area.
Okay.
What are those buildings?
That's the house.
In the back?
Yeah, this property has a shooting range in the backyard as well. It's a big, very big piece of property. And up front, that's a house in the front of it. Their driveway is actually to the right of that.
Oh, it
house.
goes into
See
the
it? It goes into
trees.
the tree line?
Yeah, okay.
That's their driveway.
Oh, okay. That's where I was
Any-
trying to get the reference of.
Any construction equipment would be coming up the driveway and,
Yeah.
on the other side of the property from the
Where do
wetlands.
they have a drive, they're shooting?
Out in the back here somewhere. I've never been to it, but I know there's one out there.
Okay, not our concern. All right, so do we have everything to go forward, correct?
Yeah, so based on everything that was submitted, I would recommend the commission issue a -3 determination. So work within the 100-foot buffer zone, that if constructed according to the application, won't adversely impact wetlands.
Okay. Well, first, let's close the public hearing.
Mel Finney, so moved.
Second?
Peter Cook in a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it's closed, so now I'll accept a motion for a -3 determination for 111 Rockwood Road with the condition of temporary erosion controls such as small diameter straw wattle along the westerly limit of work.
Valstone, I make a motion to grant a -3 determination for 111 Rockwood Road with the following recommendations as discussed.
Okay, is there a second to that?
Second that.
Any further discussion? Anyone in the audience? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it passes. So let's go to 26 Needham Street, an RDA. Accept the motion to open a public hearing for 26 Needham Street.
And you can
Peter
either
Cook in a so moved.
sit
Second?
or stand.
Valstone, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Opposed, okay.
And if anybody has any, yeah, they can ask you.
Thank you.
All right, you're the applicant?
I'm the builder.
You're the builder?
Not me, but my husband. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Identify yourself?
Stephanie Lopolato from Lopolato Construction.
From where?
Lopolato Construction.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
We submitted a building permit last month for 26 Needham Street, and what we're doing is we are demoing the existing sunroom to put a 400 square foot addition on the property, so we're not working in the wetlands at all. If you see on the house, the back corner, there's like a glass sunroom. That's what we're demoing, and then we'll be putting the structure on a crawl space.
Who's the owner?
Scott.
Oh. So,
He's also the builder?
No,
Okay.
okay. Caitlin?
Just hold on just a moment. I'm just trying to bring up the septic plan that was sent, you sent over, I believe. So this septic plan obviously doesn't have anything to do with the proposed project in front of the board, but it does show the 100-foot and 50-foot buffer
Can you move
zone.
it up a little
and
bit so we
then-
can? Okay. So you're replacing the current system?
No. Oh, we're not doing anything with the septic. We just submitted this because it shows the
Oh.
erosion control plus the 50-foot
Got it.
wetland
I'm sorry.
buffer.
Yeah.
But none of our work will be in that area.
Oh, okay.
There's all bushes and shrubbery back there.
It's all planted. So where's the structure you're gonna be taking off? In the back there, that little,
Yep, in the back.
You can use a point. Use a point.
Oh, sorry.
lower right-hand corner.
So.
Right
if I-
beside the
right
98.6.
here.
But
Yeah, go ahead, point, yeah.
it's right here.
Okay, so it's not actually outlined on there.
No, it's,
All right. I just was wondering where it was located.
And what is the scope of the work being done?
he is putting on a in-law apartment for his mom.
With the, I'm assuming in-law apartment, would the septic have to be increased? It goes by the number of bedrooms, does it not,
currently rated for four bedrooms. We only have 3 at the moment.
currently?
We've been approved by Board of Health. A building department was waiting for engineering, which was submitted today. So this was our last step in getting a permit.
I have a question. Is this going to be an identical footprint to the solarium, or, so it's, and you're putting in a crawl space underneath basically like a little in-law?
It was on pillars before.
Yeah.
We're just putting a proper foundation
Gotcha.
underneath.
It's not extending the outline any
No.
further than what's on the
I
print?
submitted the plan as well, if you wanted to take that up. That will show the foundation plan.
Is that part of the architectural plan
Yep.
set? Do you happen to know what page or what sheet?
It's probably on the 3rd or 4th page.
The 3rd or 4th chapter.
There's quite a few sheets.
Yeah, I think there's like 26.
Yes, it's this one. Wait, go back. And then just scroll down up this one. Then, yeah.
It's gonna be on
Just
there.
curious, I don't think he was. I'm just asking, 'cause if he wasn't.
Hey, Paul,
Yes,
have you been sworn in by the town clerk?
I have.
That's what I thought.
First and foremost,
I was sworn at by her the other day.
that was me.
That's nothing.
You were deserved.
Don't feel
regular.
special.
I asked for
That's expected around here, I guess.
You asked the wrong question.
So that's the foundation plan, A100. And if you go to above that, that shows the demo plan as well. Right, the next one up. So this shows the demo plan, which is the existing, it's 20 by 20 that we're taking off, and then we're just basically pouring it right on top of that. If you go back down to, that shows the foundation plan. And that will show the measurements. I think it's like 3.4 plus 5.6 plus 10.
So everything's in the same footprint?
Yep.
And how far are we off from the wetlands? Are we out of the 100?
Based on the septic plan, which I wasn't able to find if that well in line was ever approved or exactly when it was flagged, it's about 85, 90 feet away. But looking at just aerials, it seems it's a little bit closer than that. It's pretty wet behind those houses on Needham Street. I don't know if I mentioned, but there's also a perennial stream that's fairly close to this site as well, but outside the 200-foot riverfront area. So yeah, within existing maintained lawn area.
So where would all the construction stuff be in regards to bringing in vehicles and
They would all go through the driveway. into
all in the
rear of
driveway? It's not
Yep.
going to be off out back? and-
No. Because the septic's kind of over that way, so we can't even work on the septic anyways, and we can't store anything on it. So we wouldn't work anywhere close to it.
Okay.
So the two 12-inch sonotubes on there, are those outside of the existing?
No, they're underneath it, and we'll be removing those. They're like, the solarium is on the sonotubes.
So those are coming out?
Yep.
They're not holding that doorway up?
That's new. So that's what we'll be putting in once. If we do get approved, that's what we would be installing. It's a back door.
There's currently a sliding glass door in the sunroom. That would just be a folding door.
So then the two sonotubes are there now?
There are,
That,
So if you go back up to the foundation plan, there's two sonotubes that are there. But they don't appear to be there on the demo plan.
oh, you mean for the awning?
Right there.
That one,
If you go back to A101 or A100,
No,
right there, down a little bit. So are those two new sonotubes, are those new?
that I'm not sure.
There is nothing there currently. I didn't even know, I didn't notice that.
I think those are for the stairs that are for the back door.
That are there currently?
That's
the new.
the new.
Probably holding the roof of the new.
Yes.
Any other questions?
I'm still confused. So those sonotubes are showing they're outside of the footprint. So what are those sonotubes, are they being installed or are they existing?
They're being installed for
They're
that.
being installed, and what are they going to support?
If you go to the plan, there's like a door with stairs.
Okay, so you're going to have a slight bump out
Yeah.
that's
Well, it's
outside
gonna
the
be flush to
existing.
the house, but then
You
it's
go
gonna be
back up to
stairs
that.
to go back down.
Okay, all right,
That-
got it.
Because
The one
we're
of the-
building it up.
The building, of the back, showing the back side, the addition.
Page 1, I think, shows the exterior view.
Page one. Oh. There.
Right there.
But it looks like the outside of that is sitting on the new sonotubes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
So it's all flush. There's a roof over it, but it's pretty much all flush if you look at the foundation plan. It's just the sonotubes for the stairs, because now that we're adding the foundation, with the crawl space, we're going up, so we need to accommodate for that to walk outside, otherwise it would just be like.
So the sonotubes are going to support the stairs going down?
Correct.
At the bottom stair, that's what's,
Exactly.
all right, I got it now. Okay.
How many stairs?
I would have to look at the plan, I don't know. Sorry. Probably, I would say 3.
What's the
Wait, can
elevation?
you,
I don't know.
Okay.
so is that a problem if it extends out?
I wouldn't think so, not for the concrete, or what kind of, what stairs going to be made out of? Concrete, is it a concrete unit, or is it wood?
Probably wood.
Probably wood, so
Yeah,
it's just to support the
risers.
stairs so they don't settle.
Yeah.
I don't see it being, my point of view, I don't see it being an issue. The depth is going to be, what, 3 feet, 4 foot deep? My opinion.
It looks like a couple of the stairs anyway.
Yeah,
so-
it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't see it being an issue.
Yeah. I concur.
I mean, particularly if it's not encroaching on any borderland, you know.
Yeah.
but-
Yep. Okay. Anybody else in the public? No? Okay. And so I'll accept a motion to close this public hearing.
Adam Zucker so moved?
Second?
Second it?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, your recommendations, Caitlin?
So Same as the last RDA. My recommendation would be a -3 determination. Work is within the 100-foot buffer zone, but won't adversely impact well and resource areas. And I did have one recommended condition to consider, which would be no long-term stockpiling of demolition or construction debris and/or materials within the 100-foot buffer zone.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Accept the motion for that.
I'll make a motion to issue a -3 determination for number 26 Needham Street.
I'm sorry.
With the, also, no long-term stockpile of demolition, construction debris, and material within the 100-foot buffer zone.
Okay, yeah, is there a second?
Alstone, I second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
go forward. Good luck.
Thank you.
We get invited to the christening when you open it. All right. Any other new business? I don't think there is. No more public hearings. So, with that, and there's no more appointments. So, did everybody read the October 9th minutes? Does anybody have a comment about the October 9th minutes?
Who did the minutes? Adam. I think they were great.
Oh, she did the minutes. I just
You just signed.
scrutinized.
Oh, you did?
Okay. So Paul, you can't vote on this since you weren't a member
Clearly.
and attended. So all in favor of accepting the minutes of October 9th? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye. Did we get a motion on that?
No, we didn't.
I was checking to see if,
Oh, you wanted to preview it first.
This is mine. I want this. I, Adam Zucker, move that we accept the meetings of October the 9th, 2024.
is there a second?
Jim Wilson, second.
Concerned here. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, now we'll have our friend decipher the leachate report.
I can't decipher it. It's all good.
Okay,
It's leaching fine, and there's not a lot there, and it's been pumped.
okay.
So we're good down there.
Want to know the pumping.
I was kind of hoping for an interpretive dance.
Yes, well, it's covered and there's no leakage.
Oh, I guess that'll work.
If you want to go dance on the property, you're free to do that.
Yes.
Okay, so, new old business, Lynn Farm. We should certify that REI can use the property again this year for the biking at night. Just to keep it current.
Make sure it's not assumed.
Yeah, and they have put the new bridges out there.
I don't
I
know.
don't know if anybody's been out there, but
When did they put them out there?
This was mid-October.
Okay.
Was the second bridge, and then it was mid-September, I believe, the first bridge went in.
Okay.
Man, I want to check it out now.
Is this the ones that came before us recently?
yeah,
So we did give them approval to put the bridges in?
yeah.
If somebody goes out there to protect me from my bully, I'd like to.
I'll go with it.
Okay.
Because I need a ride.
Okay, I can, teamwork.
And I'll bring my dog to protect us. But, yeah, it looks like they did Bike Association did a great job. You know, they brought them in like 4-foot sections, I think it was. And so it was easy to carry and And they did, at the ends, what, what is there wood, or is it just they put dirt there? So there's a nice, easy on and off, and it just so there's no ruts.
Yeah, smooth transition.
Yeah, they just kind of graded it, so it was a smooth transition.
Yeah, they've done it before.
Yeah. Yeah, see
Yeah.
there.
That's nice, that's long. How long
It
is
is.
it?
I
That's gonna be
can't
40
remember
feet,
the
40,
exact-
50 feet long by the looks of it, anyway.
Longer than that.
Yeah, nice job.
Looks like 70, maybe 100 feet. Quick question,
Yes,
who
sir.
actually funded it?
They did.
Yeah, they-
Pocket.
it was all-
Yeah, it was part of their, they can continue to use it and stuff, so the New England Mountain Bike Association.
It's kind of like a mitigation agreement.
That's what they do.
Fair enough.
That's what they do.
It's the right thing to do.
Yep,
Totally.
yep. No, it's a good teamwork between us. Collaborative.
And I think those guys probably really respect the woods, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like they're gonna leave trash and shit.
Yeah, and that's why they wanted to do it, because.
Well, they want to use this as a platform for other projects they do. They want to show this.
Right.
Okay, Campbell Forest, what? No, anybody, any further questions? Okay, Campbell Forest, you want to talk about that, or?
Sure. I believe we've talked about it here before. Since then, we've revised the project scope a little bit and worked with Beta Group to put together the latest scope and fee. And so the project overall, well, it started as a trail improvement project in the hopes of making Campbell Forest more ADA accessible, not necessarily have the trails be ADA compliant, but easier to use. I think we mentioned at the last meeting, or at previous meetings, there's a lot of rocks and tree roots that are tripping hazards in the trails. And in working with Beta, we kind of collectively agreed that placing any sort of crushed stone or material like that on top of the tree roots would ultimately damage the roots and potentially create hazards as these trees are impacted and potentially die. So now the scope has been revised to creating a larger parking area and also making it more visible from the roadway. I don't know if anyone here had mentioned kind of wondering where exactly it was, but I know there's been questions from other boards about, including CPC, that it's really hard to see from the roadway.
I have been there many times, and even when I'm trying to go there, I will drive by it.
It's, well, the no trespassing sign helps.
And not just the parking area, but the road into it.
Yeah.
You gotta hit that dirt right on.
What's on both sides? There's like railroad ties or
Something.
telephone poles on
Yeah.
each side. Is there a culvert there or
No.
some kind of a
No.
swale?
No, we could easily move those.
I mean, we can move them over and just fill it in. If it's not a swale or any sort of
Yeah.
drainage issue, then we can just fill it in. And
Yeah, it's a
But right now, there's
little.
only, 3 cars can fit in there? Really?
Right.
Well, maybe four.
If you
I
can't
think we
turn
can do
around.
about 4, but
If
yeah.
people park correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
What about, now, we just saw the bridges that the bike people put in. What
Yeah.
about something like that over the roots and stumps and, is it a long distance or is it a short
It's a
distance?
whole,
So,
The whole trail is like that?
yeah, so you'd have to do
Excellent.
wood chips.
and so then, well, in still trying to eventually make Campbell Forest more ADA accessible, this project would create a surveyed plan that show the trails, the property boundaries, and then the edge of wetlands on the property, so that new trails could be created, and there'd be a plan, because there currently are no plans or even really trail maps, other than, there's a couple
Old ones.
Hand-drawn.
hand-drawn ones.
My issue with wood chips is like compost.
Yeah.
It's gonna deteriorate and it's gonna be kind of messy.
It's a balance.
So it's, I understand what we're trying to accomplish here. You can't really put stone in there either, so it's because you will kill the roots with that. But
And so there's trees that do have to come down.
Yeah, there's a number of trees.
So that we have to get a professional tree company in there to do that.
And they estimated 5 days.
Yeah, 5 work days.
I bet you could put in some of those walkways, periodically.
Yeah.
And just to make,
just
and
the
then,
bad
Could
areas.
do the whole thing.
yeah, let's just
I
pave
mean,
it.
we could, if they wanted to
Do
make
we have
that a
enough
new bike.
money in
if
the
they could-
Concom budget to do that?
Oh, of course.
Oh, all right, well, then,
I think it would get it out of the water department.
yeah.
Did you bring
We've
your,
already dipped that.
did you bring your checkbook tonight?
What, the enterprise
Why
fund?
he's sitting funny.
Yeah.
Checkbook's
Yeah.
in his rear pocket.
Didn't you hear my phone tooting off? It's saying, no money, don't even bother.
Yeah, we'll get the bike group
I'm
to say,
just-
making
yeah.
a new bike trail.
I'm just thinking of something like Adam said, periodically, if there's a real bad spot.
Yeah.
Maybe we could put a bridge in it.
You gotta walk it.
I mean, I've been out there, it's probably a lot worse since I've been out
It
there.
is. I have a hard time.
And you're gonna have erosion when it rains. The
Yeah.
rain's just gonna run through the roots and it's gonna erode and eventually wash the
Oh, that
chips down in the bottom of the hill and.
Yep.
So maybe the answer is appropriate a budget for 4-foot wide, trail system out of wood, and then just, similar to what they have at the Audubon, is, it's wood and then, sides, and that meanders not the whole trail, but a trail that somebody could push a stroller, and maybe it goes out 500 yards and circles back as part of the trail system.
Or we could do the metal ones that we've approved for other
Yeah,
places.
And
So
those
that's
don't-
open
right.
underneath.
The only thing is if we go above 2 feet,
Railings.
we have to have railings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it won't, we
So-
shouldn't,
Would be
we
a
shouldn't
safety
have.
But depending on
Liability factor.
where it is, but those type of hard, finished trail systems would be great for somebody in a wheelchair, somebody with, infants they want to push in a stroller, just to get out. And we don't have to do the whole trail. We could just do, you could have a certain loop,
Because there is no
500 yard
vegetation. There is no vegetation on the path, right? Really,
Well,
that we have to
no,
worry
just
about,
weeds,
like
no.
the bike paths have vegetation and.
Yeah,
Out there
we do
it's
have to
fine.
widen the trail, but we'd have to make it really accessible, because in the back, once you want to take a right, it goes up a hill. So that's why with the survey, we can make a trail on the bottom
Lower side.
side, lower side, and come around, so then anybody could walk on it. But yeah, I think, we could look at the wood system. I can have a discussion with the bike
There's a
people.
lot of different,
Yeah,
different systems of different expense, but that would allow, more uses for our different age
yeah.
group.
I would just be like your concern, the drop-off.
Yeah.
Because that, if I remember right, on the left side of the way the
Yeah.
path is, it kind of
Even with
scales
little
off,
kids,
so.
even with little kids, if you're 1.5 foot off,
Yeah.
you don't want your stroller
Yeah,
to fall off
fall
the
off
edge.
An ankle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't have
So,
to break
We'd have to
leg
look at
to
that
sue.
kind of a
Yeah, so-
situation.
Ankle, and then
Yeah.
gets into liability.
so,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
just,
yeah.
I've seen the ones where they just have, like a couple of, wire ropes, like 3 of them foot
Yeah.
apart, going around the border, so you can still see out, but it kind of stops you from.
Just to
you
prevent them
falling
from
over
getting
the
that
edge.
to
Yeah,
the edge.
almost.
Yeah.
Quick question, what would stop us from just putting temporarily mulch down to suffice while we're
Oh, we
acquiring
can do
funding?
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
funding.
It has been done.
Yeah, what we do is get,
I mean, as you know, that's readily available and free, if not very cheap.
and what we do is to try to get a service group like the Lions to spread it.
Sure.
And we'll get a,
You used to have an
Bucket load.
access to a Kubota, but we don't have one at this point in time, except mine, and I'm not gonna access it right now.
but we have, I think we
You're a
can get
man.
But yeah,
we can get a little loader, we can even route one part of it.
I mean, the tree companies, if you grab hold of them when they're in town, they're more than happy to dump their chips right there for free. 'cause
It's,
they
yeah,
need
you
to get rid of
just give
them.
them
Well,
a
that's
call.
the thing, right, it's a
Yeah,
byproduct.
The
They're just
DPW
looking to
isn't
get rid of
accepting them only from Tree Tech, who does work for the DPW. They're not accepting them really from anybody else anymore. So they'd be more than happy to get rid of them.
Oh, yeah. And as I said, it's been done in the past, and
Do you have room at your yard to store
I
some?
mean, if that's
We were
the
gonna-
case, a buddy
There-
of mine's
there
got a
could be.
small
That would have to
machine.
go through Blair,
I can
you know.
inquire if need be.
oh, no, we put it right in the
Parking lot.
parking lot and move it from there.
Where,
It's all in the timing, so I'll reach out to the Lions Club to see if we maybe can get a service project from them. Now, I think it's going to be a mild winter, so if we can get, if they agree to do that, what, anything?
Oh, I was just,
I thought you had a,
where are you planning on, where are we looking to expand the parking area?
well, that wouldn't be part, now, or this part
So
of this
there's-
project?
Well, I would think you'd want to kind of do that first so that you got more room to put chips.
Yeah. We can go back and to the right,
Okay.
not towards my property.
That's why I'm asking, but I know back is fine, but to the right, I wasn't sure what the elevation, did it go uphill there, or is it
No, it's
kind of
flat.
flat? So
And Rich is supposed to be looking at that. We need to.
so there
put-
is,
we need
on
to-
either side of, where those ditches are.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's really built up there. That's all within the frontage there to Campbell Forest.
Yeah, that's why I
So
wasn't
the
sure.
entrance and the parking area itself can both be expanded.
Yeah, the entrance is awful. It has to be those
Yeah, you
things.
open it up.
You can just fit a Toyota,
Yeah.
little tiny car through there at this point.
Yeah.
But,
Maybe we can get the DPW to buy a sign for us to put out on the street now, like a street sign that says, do you want to take that lead?
you looking at somebody?
No.
Oh, I thought you were looking
No.
at somebody for the
I'll
DPW.
talk to Blair. And see if they'll,
That's just
they could,
hurtful.
they could do that. I don't want to compromise anybody's position.
No, I was just curious
And
about
then,
those.
but once we do this, I do want to get a really nice sign that goes towards the street. And if you go through Westwood and some of their conservation properties, they've got some nice,
Well, we got one right now, we're rehabbing for Pond Street.
yeah.
Correct.
Should we just,
That's at the
should we
state school.
erase it and?
Or the, not
Is that
state
the
school, but
The wood
Tri-County.
carved one?
Tri-County.
Yeah.
So we
Oh,
could
yeah.
use that same style of sign and have Campbell Forest made. I mean, I think that's,
It's like a wood carve,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it's almost
Well,
like
that's
up in the White Mountains
Well,
when you go to
we have that now,
at Campbell Forest?
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
in the
well-
parking lot.
Well,
But it could be a-
then it should be moved out a little bit more, because I don't even know where it is, and I've
Make it
been here a
more
long
prominent.
time.
Yeah, it needs to be refurbished, it needs
Yeah.
to get planed down
Yeah.
and then redone.
We'll see what the state, the school can do with what they've got, and if they do
Yeah.
a nice job, we can bring that one down.
Yeah. But yeah, oh yeah, it's a nice big sign.
Oh,
You can't miss it.
I have for 17 years right now.
Again, there are no trespassing signs.
That's,
though.
yeah, I see those in front of your house.
Okay. And has everybody looked at the calendar for next year? And any questions?
I'm on vacation all of those dates, but one.
Okay, I think the calendar's good. And it's not on Valentine's Day, so
No.
you're good for that
Yep.
one.
Yep. It's the day after, though, or before, but that's all right.
No, it isn't. It's the 14th,
Yeah.
and we're on the 12th.
Well, if you don't know what day Valentine's is, that could be problematic.
It's just another day, right? No?
Ooh. Remember, this is online.
Put a note to remind you of the February
Once,
meeting.
just once.
All right. So other than that, anything else anybody wants to bring up?
Well, speaking of the Pondville sign, so Metal Fab is finished with it. They put a steel bracket brace around
Yeah.
the sign itself, and then the two anchors on top.
When's it going to be ready?
So now it's Carpentry has it, and they're refinishing it.
Do you want to ask them if they want to do another one?
Yeah. Yeah.
See how this one comes
Yeah,
out.
well, we can take it right over and look at it. Can we inspect it in process?
We haven't gotten, we don't know how far along they are yet, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can, something.
I'm sure it'll come out nice.
First to know.
Thank, well, you sure? I think Caitlin will be second. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that would be a great deal if they'll accept to do another one for us.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of a small, the Campbell Forest one, isn't it kind of small, though?
No, it's
Smaller than the Pondville sign, but it's still pretty.
it's probably at least, I would say 3 by 5,
Oh, that's pretty decent size.
something like that, yeah.
But Al missed it.
It's set back because
Yes.
it can't be up front. It's got to be set back past where these pillars are, or the telephone poles where you've got to drive through. It's got to be
Yeah,
behind.
it's in the
Set
parking
back
lot,
on the
back
other side
of
of
the,
the
there it
parking
is. It's in the back of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
All right, so that's not even, that's 25 feet in from the street.
yeah,
You're not going to see it driving by. That should be out at the street.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you got to watch the sight line, of course, but other than that,
The letters in gold and
Or neon.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
neighbors will complain. You gotta ask about it.
That's in better shape than the Pondville
Especially the
sign.
abutters.
Really?
Yeah. The Pondville gets beat up with snow plows.
Oh, yeah.
It's right out on
Yeah.
Pond Street, and, the plows are going by doing 25, 30 miles an hour with a
Slopping that slush.
sloshing, and it's,
So should that one be moved sideways, then, you think?
no, it's
That's
okay.
stopping?
Once it gets rebuilt, it'll be fine. I mean, it's been up there for mega years. It's just that the wood started to deteriorate. It had anchors with chains, and from it swinging and everything, the anchors let go. So the metal fab has now put a frame all around it, and the anchors are solid, so the chains have something, and then we'll just bolt it right back to the eye hooks that are on the posts, which are
Does it have to
huge.
swing? Can it be lagged in place?
Well, you want it to swing because of the plows. When the snow does, when we have heavy, wet snow, it hits it, it'll give a little. If you make
Even
it solid
even
like the
set
Pond
back
Street
that
wreck,
far it is,
Oh,
25 feet?
yeah, Pond Street wrecks, we've totaled them with the
Oh,
plows.
right.
Because the snow's so heavy, we go by, it just snapped one of them right in half.
I know,
So-
it keeps knocking over my mailbox till
Yeah.
I sunk it in the ground.
Yep.
I gotta keep resetting it every time the plows went by.
But that's a good suggestion, I think, maybe for Campbell Forest, if we could get that double-sided
Yeah.
and put it out
Out
by the street.
By the street a little further where people can recognize it, because there, where it is, you can't,
Yeah, we
you
can
gotta know
clean-
you're looking
We
for
can clean
it.
the frontage and, yeah, if we open it up and stuff, but, and we can do that part maybe before because this has to go through the Springtown meeting
yeah.
for the survey and the cutting of the trees and stuff, and it's
Well, is that
it's well
going, is
over
that going in front of
$100,000.
CPC as well?
What?
Is it going in front of
Yeah,
CPC for
Yeah.
funding?
yeah. So hopefully by January we'll be in front of them and we'll get it going.
Well, just so I'll give you a heads up that we'd like to see stuff in November for Springtown meeting.
Okay.
Just
Duly noted.
giving you a heads up, we're looking at November so that we can have plenty of time to look it
We
over.
are in November, though.
Well, there you go. So you're already behind the 8 ball, my friend.
Well, there's a meeting the 21st.
The 21st of this month, we have a meeting, yes.
Maybe we could put something together. I want to get an estimate on the cost of the sign. So I'm going to call Westwood and find out where they got theirs made, and
Yeah, because that would look nice double-sided.
Yeah.
And just take that same idea and put it out the street. And sight view would just be your driveway, so we really don't really care about that,
no.
so. And the people pulling in and out of the parking lot, though, of course. But yeah,
No, we'll put it on the other side to the other butter.
that's a nice sign. It's just, like you said, it's set back in the woods.
Well, I forgot the date on that. Can you enlarge that? I think there's a date on the bottom.
1972.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was in the 70s, so
Yeah.
that's how long it's been there. Long time.
Does Lynn Forest even have one? I don't think Lynn Forest has.
No, that'll
one.
be the next thing that we can do signage. And I'm hoping to push the town to give us a budget so that we can do some things like that.
Yeah, it needs to be like a rotating budget so that we can make improvements every year.
Exactly.
So it's not like every year we have to get, we could do, you don't want to, we're not demand enough money to do a whole, trail system, but enough every year to expand on our trail system.
Like
And then as we find
$10,000,
partners to help us.
$10,000, $15,000 line item. And
Instead of, saying we want $500,000 to improve the trails, maybe we get 40 or 50,000 a year that we could do, add on the bridges each year in these open space areas and improve the open space.
Well, that was another question I've been asked. Do we have a list of the open space that we have in town? If I could maybe get a copy of that or see.
send it out to all the members.
Yeah. We have, I can send out all the lists of open space in general, and then the open space that Concom owns.
Is that, I was thinking that maybe we assign a commission member to each property, and so that you could assess it and say, okay, Jim, you're in charge of, let's say, Lynn Farms. And so you come back and say, hey, here's what Lynn Farm needs for improvement. And, just go right down the,
Yeah.
and so it makes it a little bit easier. And then instead of us looking at them reactively, we can be, in advance of them and put our future together and get a budget that we can do some things and then say, oh, okay, this is going to be CPC funds, or, where else can we get grant money from?
Yeah, I've had a couple people ask me if we had a list, and I said I'd look into it, that's all.
Yeah. Can we put that on the website? In that kind of a form, so it's
Yeah.
a big idea. And yeah, the pictures of the Lynn Farm bridges and stuff like that.
Okay.
And give credit to where it's due.
Not Sharon.
All right.
Dave, are you taking public questions?
No, not tonight. It's after 8 o'clock.
If it's you, Donna.
Donna, is there anybody in the public that would like to talk and bring up any kind of issue? Yes, ma'am. Please identify yourself.
Donna Jones, North Street. What's the status on open space and recreation plan? Well, we had one decades ago that sat on a shelf. Nobody did anything with it. I've heard I believe CPC approved the money to put out a request.
We need to, we started to work on that, but yeah, we have to send out the invitations, I think, to all the groups, right, Caitlin?
The RFP, yes. So the RFP is almost ready to be published. So request for proposals for the third-party company to help put the update together.
Because that had the list of all the properties, and it listed, doesn't have handicap benches, no toilets, no, It's outdated, but it's a list.
Yeah.
But there was an open space plan, a map of the town, 1996, that
Yeah.
I still have a copy of, that they said, oh, we're going to do a new plan, and we'll ask for money to do a new map. We got the plan.
And that was
So
it.
now hopefully the next request will create a map.
Yes, it'll be The plan update will have a number of figures, similar to the 97 map that you're talking about.
When are the bids due, or
That,
when is it posted?
so when the RFP gets posted, the deadline is, that's part of the RFP that we're putting together. So that'll be up to us to do. Typically, it's 4 weeks.
Yeah.
don't
When
want
do
it
you
to be
think
too
we'll
long
be ready
or
to
too
send that
short.
out?
I think within the next month.
Okay. So by the beginning of the year, it should be published.
Right, although there's, it depend, if it's ready mid-December, that's not necessarily the best time to put
Yeah.
out an RFP.
Send
Because
it
it
out
does
in
happen where
January.
RFPs go out and, there aren't any bidders. So it might be something that it makes more sense to do it after the holidays.
Yeah.
When people are, back on their computer and looking for,
Work.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome,
Thank you, Donna.
Jones. Okay, anything else? Then I'll accept that famous motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second it.
No, you got to start it.
Me?
Yeah.
What? I want to close the meeting as well. How would you phrase it properly?
Make a motion.
Make a motion to close the meeting,
There you
end the
go.
meeting.
There you go, Paul. I'll second that motion.
Attaboy, I appreciate that.
Any comments,
looking out.
questions?
Define close.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.